Hello, welcome to Reviews Day Tuesday. Today I'm going to be talking about the marvellous classic J.D. Salinger's Franny and Zooey. Now, I've read a couple of J.D. Salinger's works, and even though they are from the 1950s, they do perfectly picture the way people act and move and talk to each other, and I really think that Franny and Zooey is another spot-on book. It is just fantastic the way that he can depict the way people talk and move and the way that they look slightly off-put, or they sigh, or they flick their cigarettes, you know, just the awkward little things that you do when you're a little bit uncomfortable or upset. He creates such vivid images, and even if you're not interested in what he's talking about, he creates these images and you just can't let the book go, you just can't put it down. So this classic is about two people, Franny and Zooey, and it is set from Franny's perspective for the first chapter and Zooey's perspective for the second, and it is very short but very concise. It manages to wrap up a whole lot in a very, very short amount of words, and I don't understand how he does it, but he does it very well. So Franny's part is just a little letter to her brother and a small amount of conflict between her and someone that I assume is her boyfriend, but you never really get a clear picture. And the second part, which is much longer, Zooey's part, is more about the way his family and him communicate, the way that they are talking to each other rather obscenely at times, the way that they clash, the way that they fall apart, and about this undescribable intelligence that they've been given that they just don't know what to do with, and often they're just very, very obnoxious. And I really think that in many ways it encapsulates the way that families can dispute things, the way that families can clash and fall apart, and also the brittleness that kind of holds us together at times when we're not feeling so okay. Because of that, I really think this is a fantastic book, just for that sort of discomfort you get when each of the characters is kind of describing their feelings, and also the incredibly intelligent way that it's written from third person but not from third person. I don't really understand what sort of person it was in, if I'm honest. You're very aware that the narrator is either Franny or Zooey based on the two parts, and therefore is kind of first person but then it switches in the second part. But you do get the picture that whoever it is that's telling the story is a little bit unreliable. I want to give Franny 5 out of 5 stars, but I have to say that when I first finished reading it, I didn't really understand it. There was a lot of religious text in there that kind of made it a bit confusing, and because the narrators were so unbelievably intelligent, quite often it was hard to figure out quite what was happening. But I think I will still give it 5 out of 5 stars because it is such a wonderful book, and I must insist that you read it. So this has been Reviews Day Tuesday, and if you click here you can see last week's episode. It was on the children's classic Treasure Island. My Twitter, Tumblr and Goodreads are all in the description below.